This project is a kitchen and dining redesign. The floor plan is done. We have all of our drawings, the elevations are finished, and the material selections are made. And we have a few AI generated references to communicate atmosphere. And so now the design work is done, it needs to become a presentation. And that's the last step, to take our design and package it into something that the client can understand and read and collaborate with. And it's the step where most designers spend more time than they'd like. If you don't know me, my name is Thomas Roundtree. I'm an architect, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from a finished drawing set to a delivered client presentation without leaving Rayon. There's a link in the description to create a free Rayon account and follow along. So let's dive into it. So the single most useful thing you can do before placing a single image or drawing is to decide what pages you need and in what order. Obviously, this will evolve as you kind of build the presentation, but really your presentation should tell the story of the project. For this project, the page order follows a logic of the client conversations. So here in the paper canvas, we have a bit of text about the client goals and some reference images that have been shared. We also, in our model canvas, have all of our drawings. Here we have our proposed demolition plan. We also have our lighting plan, proposed partition plan, and also the final floor plan with furniture and a general kind of configuration of the space. There's also some details for cabinetry work, some millwork drawings, some elevations. We have quite a few drawings here that we want to pull together and tie together as part of a full client presentation. So the first thing we're going to do is head back into our paper canvas. But what we're going to do is going to head into our paper canvas and start creating some pages. Now, the way that pages work is if you click the plus button here, you can then pull a page into your canvas where you can then define your format. You know, if you want to do A3, A2, A1, you can customize this as much as you want. And to create multiple of these pages, you can copy and paste them across. You can hold Alt and pull them across your canvas. You can also create more pages on the left-hand side. You'll notice here that it will identify it as page number 1, 2, 3. It will give you an order for your pages. And so on the left-hand side in your page tab, you can also manage the organization of these pages. It'll be much easier once you have actually things on the pages so you can see and reference it on the left-hand side. And so to build a bit of a narrative for this presentation, what I'm going to do is just identify some kind of main titles or kind of groups that we want to cover. So we want to start with some intro pages. So we want a front cover, we then want a kind of content page, we then want maybe an initial image page to give some kind of visual reference of what's to come. Then diving into the drawings is quite a nice touch, because then you go into the detail of what the actual existing floor plan was, what's being proposed, you know, the organization of the lighting fixtures, etc. Then we could go into some kind of more detail of elevations and say details of cabinetry and millwork. And then we can finish up with our project timelines and budgets, and then maybe some kind of final renders of the space. And so we're building a bit of a narrative here of going from introducing the project, going into the drawings, given the context of the existing and proposed, going into the more details, so zooming in to a scale of kind of elevations and details of kind of maybe 1 to 10, and then going into the project timelines, budgets, and final renders for the scheme. So I like to use a grid system. It will make the presentation feel considered and professional. It gives every page a consistent structure so that the drawings, images, and text have a logic to where they sit on the page. Without it, the pages can feel a little bit, you know, misassembled, and it can feel a little bit messy. Rayon has guides that you can use, and you can also create your own grids and turn them into blocks. I use this on every presentation, and it literally takes a couple minutes to set up. So I'm just going to use guidelines here to just create a bit of an order and structure to my canvas. I mean, this is personal preference. And you can draw guidelines as vertical, horizontal, at any angle. And these are really helpful for just structuring your either drawings or presentations. Now, to actually build a kind of system, a grid system for the presentation and pages themselves, what I have here is this kind of grid system. Now, this has been created as just some rectangles that I've then turned into a block. And so this is really easily done. Just an example to show you how this works. You could draw your initial shape and then offset that to define a margin around the page. You can then change that fill to kind of differentiate those layers in those sections. We can then divide that page and basically just build a bit of a grid system. Now from here, what you want to do is when you're happy with a kind of structure that you want to apply across your drawing, you can select all of the elements, right click it and turn it into a block. Now you can then copy and paste this across your drawing. And if you make any changes to that block, it will also update across the drawings. And so this is a really great way of creating a design system for your presentations. Now, using the one that I've already created, I'm now just going to start identifying pockets of images, text, drawing locations, and defining a structure. So what I'm going to first do is create a viewport into our model canvas. So in Rayon, the drawings don't need to be exported or re-imported. They're already here inside the project. And the way that views work is that it pulls a live view or viewport into your model canvas so that if anything updates on your drawing, it will update in your presentation page. So once we create a view, on the right hand side, you'll see that it comes in at a default scale. So this is coming at 1 to 50.1 something, but we can then change that to 1 to 50. We can then crop down our view to a position that we're happy with. You can also click into the view and customize it further. Now we can drop that into place on our page and make sure that it's centered to the page. And once you're happy with the position and scale, you could then copy that view across to your next page and then reposition to your next drawing. So because all of our drawings are in one model canvas, it's really easy to link the two together. And just as an ordering thing here, I think we're missing putting the proposed floor plan alongside the demolition drawing. So we're just going to copy that across and we're just going to pull in the floor plan here as that page number 4. Now this is where the grid block is going to be really helpful for us to structure that page. So I'm going to start adding some text just to add some titles and a subtitle to each drawing and each page. So we're just going to create a text and we're just going to call this demolition floor plan. We can customize the style on the right hand side to a 1.5 centimeters. We can change the font style as you wish, and you can customize this as much as you want. I'm going to position that in that top left corner, make the font slightly more gray, so it's a little bit more subtle. And then we can copy it down, and beneath it, I'm going to add a little apartment plan subtitle. So we can then maybe change one of those fonts to, let's say, a Lato. So then we have a kind of hierarchy of a title and a subtitle, and then it just allows that kind of hierarchy of the drawing. So then we can just copy and paste that across our pages and customize them further. So we can just copy that across, and because we're selecting the corner and copying that into the next location, we know that it's in exactly the same place on that page. And once you're happy with the styling of this title, you can actually save this as a style. So the way that this works is if you select your text, head to the right hand side, then at the top of above the text icon, you have a plus button, which here you can then save this and manage this as its own style. So if you save the style, you can then call it something. We can call it maybe main titles. And then what we're going to do is if you select another piece of text, you can then assign that style to it. And you can do exactly the same for the subtitles. Now this is a really nice touch for your drawings, because if you make any changes to that style now, so if you changed it to, let's say, a kind of a browny color, you will see here that it will also apply to all of those other items across the drawing. So this is really nice for you to manage, different types of text or different types of wall colors or whatever it might be. And so that if you want to change multiple elements across the presentation or the drawing, you can do that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just add some notes alongside these drawings. So I'm just going to create some small text here and copy and paste in a note that I have for these drawings and just position them alongside them and make sure that using the grid structure, they're kind of tucked away in that bottom right corner. And so we don't want this to be too prominent, but this is important information that needs to accompany the drawing. And we can do the same thing with our elevations and detail drawings. So once again, we're going to create a view, drop in our elevation, and we can crop that down. We're going to change the scale slightly to maybe a 1 to 20, just because it is a slightly smaller drawing. So we can scale that up slightly further and position that into place. We can add our titles, of course, in the same position again, so that it's consistent across the drawings. Now that we have our drawings in the presentation, the next page is going to be a mood board. This sits alongside the technical drawings to give the client some visual reference for the project, what the space is going to feel like, not just how it's configured. So in this mood board, I'm going to pull together furniture references, images of spaces with kind of similar atmospheres, material and color references, and anything that captures the mood and character of the proposed kitchen and dining space. This will give the client something to connect the drawings with, the tangible vision of the finished space. And for any images that need an uplift from a resolution perspective, or where a generated atmosphere reference would strengthen the presentation, Rayon has AI tools that can help. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up to the top here where we have a kind of pool of images. Now this one, we're just going to pull this and drop it into place as a page, as I think this is already kind of formatted quite nicely with some kind of material and color references. But what we're going to do is pull together and create a bit of a mood board. So I have these images at the top here. So we have a sofa, plant, light fixture. So I'm going to create a new layer and assign these images to a mood board layer. Now what we're going to do is actually, some of these images I want to take the focus away from the kind of context of the sofa, for example, the context around the light fixture, etc., and just focus on those particular pieces of furniture. So what we're going to do is basically just remove the background. Now with Rayon, they have a really nice AI tool that allows you to basically identify that piece of furniture or the kind of main character or subject in an image and remove the background entirely. So you can upscale the image, you can generate a new image, you can remove background, you can create a block. There's quite a few AI tools that Rayon has. Now this is really clever because it would detect the sofa as the main character of this image and completely remove the background. And we can do the same with this plant, with the light fixture. And the reason why we're doing this is because then you can start pulling together something a little bit more, creative and design focused, drawing attention to those particular products and items and creating almost like a collage of furniture and colors that we can pull together to communicate the general direction and kind of visual references that we have. So we can then pull in, for example, this material reference into the background, we can scale it up behind the sofa, and we can compose a bit of an image and collage here that communicates some more of the tones, materials, and furniture that we're going to look for as reference and inspiration for this project. Alongside this, we could then maybe do a bit of a key, so we can add maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with a bit of a circle around the number to kind of add a bit of a style, and then create a list for this key. So you can change basically text into a number list, and we can type through all of the different elements, lighting fixture, timber floor finish, all of the other bits that we want to demonstrate in this image and scale that down so it's nice and subtle again. And from this point, the presentation is coming together, but I want to customize it a little bit further to add a bit more character of the colors, the atmosphere of the space. And so I'm going to apply some color to the background of these pages. So when I select a page, I'm going to use some of these Pantone colors that we've identified as part of the project and apply it to some of these pages. So I'm going to select these 2 pages here and click the background color to one of these cream Pantone colors, just to add some variety. And I think sometimes color is a really nice indicator in a presentation if you're talking about different elements of the project. So for example, if we have white as the background for all of our floor plans, maybe cream as a background for all of our textures, materiality, furniture, colors. And then we have another color for maybe break a page. And it just allows the presentation to have a bit of a rhythm and to break it up into sections using color. And to build more into this presentation, we want some more reference images. So we have our images at the top, which have actually been generated using AI. So let me quickly show you how you can generate your own images using AI in Rayon. So if you head to the bottom tab again and we click generate image, I'm going to quickly generate an image of this elevation. So this is quite a good prompt because there's already quite a lot of detail and material reference in this image, in this elevation. And so we're going to try and prompt an image out of this and see what it comes out with. So if you take a screenshot of that particular element and we'll kind of prompt it to render this elevation. I mean, you can go into much more detail with your prompt, but we want to render this elevation of the kitchen living room space, make it feel contemporary and modern. We can prompt it further, and then within a few seconds, it would generate an image that might be a little bit off the rail. In this case, it's come out quite nicely. I don't know where the greens come from, but generally as a render, it looks pretty realistic. We can then reprompt the green out of this, so we can then change the green to, let's say, a cream background to kind of match the color palette that we're going for the project. we can send that off here, and that will generate an image that is much more, convincing and aligned with the project. And in this case, it also still has all the annotations on, which makes sense because it's prompted a render from a visual that had annotations on, but we can also ask it to remove those annotations to make it, purely just a render. So we're going to remove annotations as a prompt, and it will come out with something like this, which is a really nice, as I say, really nice, quick and easy way to add some more image references to your presentation. In this case, this would look really nice alongside the elevation, or you could even layer the elevation over the top of this render to add some real context and depth to the drawing. So you can have it alongside, and all of a sudden now, for a client, that becomes really powerful to communicate a drawing with that kind of image reference. Another really powerful tool is upscaling your images. For example, if you have an image that is really low resolution or isn't quite the resolution that you're looking for, you can select that image, head down to upscale, and you will be able to basically create a high resolution image of that particular image that you have in the canvas. And it does it really well. So this is another great touch for your presentations, just to level them up and make them more professional. And so now we have our images to the resolution that we're after. It's now basically just the process of pulling them into the presentation, using our grid structure to define the system, creating a variety and a hierarchy of images using this grid structure. So for our content page, for example, we might make our image slightly narrower on the right-hand side to add a variety of kind of composition. And fast forward some time, working in some more text and the general detail of the project, we now have something like this. So we have our cover page with a contents page with client goals and a summary of what the client is after or expecting of the project. We then have all of our drawings that we've created with then some material references, furniture selection. So I've pulled this together as a table. We then have all our elevations and details. And then at the bottom here, we have all of our, project timelines, budget recommendations, and renders to finish up the story of the project. And so this is a great presentation now to deliver to a client to help them understand all of these pieces that come together for the project. And the final touch, which is a really nice annotation tool, is the page numbering. You can do that by simply selecting the page number tag, select the pages, and you'll automatically generate a page number in the bottom right corner. This will be created based on the actual order of the pages. So at any point, if you change the order of these pages on the right hand side, or you move some of the pages around, that number will update. So therefore you don't have to do anything to these page numbers. You don't have to constantly update them. You can apply your own style to them, customize them further to make sure they're communicating the style that you're after as part of the whole presentation pack. And that's a really nice touch that will save you a load of time when working through your presentations. And once you're happy with the presentation, definitely do a final review and almost view the presentation as if you are the client and see if you can connect with it. And to issue your presentation, you have two options. You can either do a live link or a PDF. And once you're happy with your final presentation, you can now export it as a PDF by selecting, a range of pages you want to export, or you can export the whole thing. Or alternatively, you can actually share this as a live presentation. Now, the way that this works is if you head to the top right corner, click share, turn this toggle on to allow your presentation to be live. So you can share this as a link. So you can copy this, send it to your client. You can then open this presentation. And the reason why you would do this is because at any point, if you make any changes to this presentation, if you know that this is going to be, a work in progress presentation, if you make any changes, you go back to your presentation link, you refresh it. The client would then have the most up-to-date presentation, so it always stays live. And this is the final presentation. From your drawing set and a folder of references to a structured, considered, client-ready deck without exporting to a separate tool or rebuilding your layouts or managing a second file. It all happened in Rayon. If you want to build this for your own project, there's a link in the description to create a free Rayon account. And if you enjoyed this type of content, please make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.